Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. If I'm looking a little bit extra glowy today, it's because I've been running up and down my steps all around the apartment, throughout the laundry rooms. My new neighbors have not realized that they're not the only people living in this apartment. So yeah, they've been using all the washers and dryers all day. And it's a Sunday, so you know how that goes. Everyone's using them. But anyway, now is not the time to be venting about new neighbors and laundry. Now is the time to be talking about the Sephora sale, which I've never done videos on this. I've never done like recommendations, but my last video was a recommendation video for Sephora collection products, and this video will be a recommendation for non-Sephora collection products that you can currently find at Sephora. I believe that pretty much all of these products are universal. If I feel like some of these products might be better for certain people than others, I will mention that throughout the video. But definitely my last video, the Sephora collection one, totally universal products, and I'm going to at least try, I'm still out of breath from running up and down the stairs, but I'm going to at least try to be a little bit more quick this time. I'm going to try to talk about each item no more than a minute because I need to go get my laundry before someone snatches it out of the dryer. But I do have a lot of items to talk about. I only have my like favorite product or like top favorite type of product from each brand, so I only chose one because I wanted to be super selective, and I didn't just choose a product from a brand just to mention a brand. All of these products that I'm mentioning are not only universal, but I feel like they're very much so standout products. I'm going to start off with the few products that I don't have in my collection. For whatever reason, I just don't have them with me. The first one is technically a Sephora product, but it's not Sephora collection, and that is from the Sephora Favorites brand. I really love these Sephora favorite sets. I don't buy all of them, of course. I only buy them when I really want what's in them, of course. Let me just say this now. Don't buy things just because. Don't buy things just because I'm recommending them or just because you feel like you need to use what everyone else is using. That is totally not what makeup and beauty and the Sephora sale is about, but I really do like the Sephora favorite sets because you can buy a group of products for at least a discounted price. Sometimes even the Sephora favorite sets go on sale on top of that, and you can just try different things if you're interested in them. So I really like those for that, but specifically I'm talking about the perfume sets, you know, the ones where you can try a bunch of different perfume samples and then you get a voucher for a full-size perfume. You definitely have to be selective, decide whether or not there are any in the pack that you would want in a full size, or some of them have travel size ones as well. But what I'm trying to say is you really need to look at the value of the potential full-size perfume that you would want, compare it to the price of the set, and also see, am I actually trying to decide between all of the perfumes that are in here, or do I want to smell all of them and then see potentially if I want a full size. If you're not like super interested in one or two of the perfumes in the set, and if there isn't like a significant difference between buying the set and buying the full-size perfume that you wanted anyway, just don't buy it. Figure out some other way to get it. It's really not worth it in the end to have like all these extra perfumes from the set that you're not interested in, that you're just gonna throw away. But I do think that these Sephora favorite sets with the perfume vouchers are actually well, they can be of great value. So that's the first one that I wanted to mention. The next item that I don't have is one that I just finished a few weeks ago. That's the Tatcha Rice Polish. I love this. I bought the full size of it and I finished it. It lasted me about a year, so even though they are quite expensive, they're about $68 full price, but of course you'd be getting a discount on top of it if you bought it now. They do last you quite a while, especially because these aren't really daily use products. They're a physical exfoliant, which is recommended not to use every day. I originally had the regular rice polish I am considering buying the more gentle one just to try it out. As far as sensitivity, I don't really have very sensitive skin, so for me the original one was just perfect. But they do have the original, the gentle, the extra deep cleansing one, and then they have like a soothing one from their indigo line. So there are 4 different types, so you can choose from whichever ones you want. I do like the rice polish much better than the Dermalogica one. I just felt like the Dermalogica one was too rough, so I'd have to use a lot less of it. But because I used a lot less of it, my skin wasn't getting as clean as when I used the rice polish. So I know it's expensive, but it will last you so long, and for me it's the best type of physical exfoliant face wash I've ever tried. A product that I'm not currently using but that I used to exclusively use is the Jack Black lip balms, or like the lip masks. They come in the tube. I'll have a picture on the screen. Yeah, I love these. I currently don't have any in my collection because I just have so many other lip masks and lip balms that there would just be no point of me buying any, at least in this sale or anytime in the near future. But this used to be the only lip balm I would ever use. I know other people are still using it and loving it. My personal favorite scent is the just original mint one, but I have tried like 3 or 4 other scents and they're all just as good as far as what they did, and the scent is not too strong as well. So if you're sensitive to like certain smells or fragrance in general, they're not too heavily scented, but they just work really well, and compared to so many other lip masks that are out there, it is so affordable. The last product that I want to talk about that I don't currently have with me is actually probably a little bit of a more personal recommendation. This is the 7 Virtues Lotus Pear perfume. I love that perfume, so I don't want to say this is for everyone. It kind of just depends on the scent notes that you like. I did want to mention this though because I believe it is an alternative to a different perfume, and that is the Way Melrose Place perfume. So I wouldn't say these are exact dupes at all, but and I haven't even checked the scent notes between the two actually, but I do feel like, at least from what I smell, the Lotus Pear and the Melrose Place, I keep wanting to say Melrose Avenue, but the Lotus Pear and the Melrose Place smell like they have the exact same notes, just in different proportions. I don't exactly know what the difference is between the brands, like if one is clean and one is not, or if there's like much of a price difference, but I did just want to mention it just in case for whatever reason you can get your hands on one and not the other. I absolutely love the 7 Virtues perfume. Okay, speaking of fragrances, now we're onto products that I do have with me, and the first one that I wanted to talk about is the Juliet Has a Gun fragrance line. Just in general, I love Juliet Has a Gun for a perfume brand, and the one that I wanted to show you is actually one that I am almost done with. This is the scent Not a Perfume. I'm wearing this today. I even got a compliment on it from the Chipotle cashier. But anyway, this is my favorite perfume of all time. I know that some people just identify with like different brands as far as perfume. Maybe one brand speaks to you more than another. For me, my favorite perfume brand is Juliet Has a Gun. They just make scents that I love for the most part. I have like 6 different fragrances from them, some in full size, some in just the like little travel size bottles that is this size. I have actually 4 different bottles of the Not a Perfume specifically, but they're just really great perfumes in general. They last a long time. I only had to use 2 spritzes of this, and this was enough for someone who was like about 4 feet away from me to smell. So yeah, you get a lot of wear time out of this. They last a long time, and the scent throw is, I think that's the term, the scent throw is pretty far. And they have different types of perfumes, but I do want to say most of the perfumes that they make are on the heavier side. Even the ones that are more fruity or floral, they are heavier. So if you're someone who just likes a super light, fresh fragrance, this brand potentially won't be for you, but I recommend like maybe getting a sampler pack if you've never smelled anything, or if you just want to get like a travel size instead of a full size just to try it out. highly recommend. My favorite perfume brand. These are totally random, like I don't have these in any specific order. So the next thing I'll talk about is palettes, and specifically the large palettes from Huda Beauty. Now I know that she just like the other day announced that she will no longer be making these large palettes, which is really a bummer, honestly. These larger palettes from Huda Beauty they're one of my favorite formulas. I don't know how to say it. This one specifically, of course, is the Pretty Grunge, but I also have the Naughty Nude, and I love that one so much. I've used it so much for only having it for about 6 months. Don't want to talk about it too much because I feel like color story might sway you. Just it depends on if the shades in the palette speak to you, but I can say just from personal experience and from trying more than one of these larger Huda Beauty palettes, the formula is so good. Every shade in here is just beautiful. The mattes blend perfectly. The shimmers and metallics are so beautiful with a bunch of different types of formulae. So if you're interested in any of these palettes and you're just wondering about the quality, I definitely recommend them, and get them while they're on sale and they're still available. The next item is a hair product from the brand Day. This is the Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 styling cream, and this pretty much is what it says. I personally use it both as a leave-in conditioner and for styling my hair. I wouldn't necessarily say this is like the best product for everything. Like, it's not the most hydrating leave-in conditioner and it's not the strongest hold styling cream, but I really like to bring this when I'm traveling, when I don't want to have to bring a bunch of different hair products and I just want to bring one thing that I can use. I know sometimes you can get smaller sizes of this, whether it be in like different favorites kits or sometimes it's like a point perk, but I believe the only size that's sold regularly is this large size. But this is already my second one of these. I went through an entire tube and I actually just opened this one up this past month, so I really like this stuff. It also smells amazing. It smells kind of like Satsuma from The Body Shop, which is unfortunately discontinued, but yeah, I really like this product. I'll probably always have this in my collection as long as it's being made, because it's just like, as it says, it's kind of an all-in-one product and I really like it. One caveat is I don't know how that would work on like straight or fine hair. I have drier, thicker, curly hair, so if you have the same hair type as me, I'm sure it would definitely work for you, but I can't say for sure if it would work on other hair types. The next thing I want to mention is actually an entire different range of products, and that is Fenty lip glosses and lip oils. I love a lot of different Fenty products, but by far my favorites from Fenty are her lip products. I also love her Sheer Slick lip shines, but those are not available at Sephora anymore. But the lip oils, this is the Gloss Bomb oil, not the other like fruit lip oil. This one specifically is my favorite formula between her lip oils. And then also the just like regular gloss bombs. I love both of these so much. They're so amazing. You can even see in the few months that I've had, I'm like covering the reflective part, but in the few months that I've had this is how much I've used, and I have like over 100 different lip products. I'm sure you've heard time and time again the gloss bombs are like pretty much her best product, so I'm not going to talk too much about these, but just know that I definitely do recommend them. There's a wide range of shades. They feel comfortable, they're not gritty. And then with the gloss bomb oils, it is such a beautiful formula. This feels like you're wearing an ultra plush lip mask on your lips. I could wear this all day and have no problem, and the shades are so beautiful. For some reason, the like different shade selection, there are 3 shades. I have all 3 of them. For some reason, it kind of goes in and out which shades are available at any given moment. I did check this morning, and both this one, which is Frosted Buns, and I think the other one is called Kappa Cookie, both of those are currently available on the Sephora site, so check them out. If you were interested, I'm telling you, yes, get it. It is such a beautiful formula, and I believe they're also limited edition, so I don't want to do that thing where like I scare you into buying something because it's limited edition, but I just love these so much that I think if you were interested in them, you really should try at least one. Okay, I had to take a break to get my clothes. I don't trust these people, so it was urgent. But now I'm back and I'm all sweaty and out of breath again. But my next product recommendation is also from Fenty, but this is from Fenty Skin. And that is, I don't have the exact thing with me because it's not available yet, but this is the Fenty Skin like little mini Butter Drops holiday sets. This one is last year's set with the last year's like limited edition scent. I mean, I think this was only available last year. This year's set has a marshmallow one in it, and I'm definitely buying it because I love marshmallow scent. But I just really think these are really great either for personal use or as a gift. If I got this as a gift, I would be so excited about that. I think these are a really great formula, and this is a nice way to try different scents. And I also think these are really great for travel. I'm assuming they're doing the same sizes this year, and this is how much product you get in here. Ooh, just got it all over me, but this is how much product you get. For me, if I use this daily, I get about 2 weeks of use from this. So if I'm going out of town for an extended period, I bring this and it lasts me pretty much the whole time. And when I travel, I usually am traveling to drier climates, so I really like to bring these because these are ultra hydrating and they're oil based, so they lock in the moisture that you do put on, and then I just wake up with like super soft skin. Okay, I had to go grab this one because I forgot to get it earlier while I was preparing. This is the LYS lipstick. I tried a lot of products from LYS, especially the concealer is pretty much my favorite product from the brand, but I don't think that's necessarily a universal product because it is on the drier side. But one product that I think is just as great and I think everyone would love is their lipsticks. The only one that I have that's from their permanent line is the shade Moody, and I'm not going to be doing swatches of everything because I don't have time, but I just love this lipstick and I love the color so much. I think it is so beautiful, and I feel like I don't really have anything in my collection exactly like this color, and my lipstick collection is huge. If I'm specifically recommending one lipstick, you know it has to be special. These lipsticks are a cream formula. They don't have any like shimmer or glitter in them, but they don't dry down matte. They're kind of like that in between, like non-glossy but not matte cream formula. They're super comfortable on the lips. I feel like they have a moderate longevity because they're not like that super long lasting liquid lip formula, but they don't just slide around your lips like maybe a different lipstick would. So they're perfect for every day, and they have a bunch of different colors. I think they recently added a shade or two to the line, but Moody is definitely, this one is called Moody. This is my favorite shade by far, and I feel like this shade would be super flattering on a bunch of different people, but also just pick whichever shade is your favorite. And if you're looking for a new lipstick, get it, but if you're not in the market for a new lipstick, don't buy it just because I'm telling you to. This next recommendation is the Forever Mood fragrances. Specifically, I'm recommending the sampler set, which comes with all four of, I think this is Jackie Aina's brand, all four of her new perfumes. I think they came out toward the last VIB sale about 6 months ago. So you're getting about this much of all four of her perfumes, and I just like really love her like scent profiles. Something about the scents that she picked really speak to me. The one that I'm holding is I Am Her, and I'll actually spray this on even though I'm already wearing the Not a Perfume. Yeah, I just love it. I actually, after buying the sampler set, I bought a travel size of the You Remind Me set. It's like an apricot based perfume, which I have never smelled before. It is so amazing. So this is more of like a personal recommendation. I personally love these scents, but even if you are just wanting to give someone a gift, I think this would be a really great gift. I would say these are more middle of the road, not too light and fresh, not too heavy and like earthy and musky. So if you wanted to get someone a fragrance gift and you wanted it to be as universal as possible, this is a pretty middle of the road perfume brand, and it has 4 different scent types, so yeah, I do recommend these. Next is something that everyone has seen and heard about, the Shiseido cotton pads. I'm not really going to talk too much about this, but yeah, these are my favorite cotton pads. I buy multiple of these every Sephora sale. I buy them in both the full size, like you see here, and in the smaller size. I get those for travel, but yeah, I use these every day. I use multiple. These are, I think they were supposed to be like the original lint-free cotton pads, which is why I like them so much. You can find cheaper alternatives elsewhere, but if you're getting something in the Sephora sale and you like these types of cotton pads anyway, you may as well just throw one in your cart while it's on sale. This next recommendation is an either or. They're both from Pattern. So this one is the curl gel and this one is the styling cream. These are both my second, tube and jars of each of these. I do really love these and I would repurchase them if I finish this. In fact, I'm definitely going to be finishing the styling cream very soon. I had to recommend them at the same time just because I feel like this one is slightly better for smoothing down like the edges of your hair. I did my hair a very long time ago, so don't think this is a good representation of what this can do. So I pretty much exclusively use this to smooth out my edges when I'm styling my hair. And I pretty much exclusively use this as an additive to when I'm combing out my hair with a leave-in conditioner and I'm putting it like into a braid or a certain other type of style that I'm going to let sit overnight and dry and then take my hair out for a certain type of curl pattern. So basically this is really good for smoothing and this is really good for holding an air dry style. You could use either for each, but I just think they personally work better as I've explained them. And just like I said with the day product, if you have a different hair type than me, I can't guarantee that these will be the perfect products for you, but I really love them. I keep saying that for every product. Of course I love these. That's why I'm making this video. Next is from Nude Sticks. This is the blotting stick. This is the second one of this that I've had as well. I really love this product. It's pretty unique. I feel like I know Maybelline makes something that's similar to this, but I do think that this one has it's just slightly better quality and it dries down a little bit better. But this is just basically a kind of dry textured pore and line filling stick that also is meant to mattify, so it is very much on the dry side and not really like a silicone like liquid primer. This is meant for touching up and blotting, but I also use it as a primer, and then I'll put like a gripping primer or like a glowy primer on top of it just so that it's not just super dry all over my face. But this is like my favorite type of pore filling and mattifying type primer. If you were looking for something and you feel like nothing really has been working for you for pore filling or mattifying, definitely try this one. The next recommendation is a very specific shade that I'm talking about. It's from Urban Decay. It's from their 24/7 eyeshadow line, and this specifically is in the shade Lucid. It is so pretty. I'll give you a swatch. It is so beautiful. It's like a bluey tealy shift, iridescent, that's what it's called. This is the second one of these that I've had as well, because the first one I dropped it and it shattered all over the place, so I pretty much immediately repurchased this. I just love it so much, and yeah, I just wanted to recommend it. It's a pretty unique formula for this eyeshadow line, which is why I wanted to recommend this one only. Not that the other ones are not good, but I just feel like you don't really need to pay that much money for just a simple eyeshadow, but this one is like indie level beauty. So yeah, I think you should get it during this Sephora sale if you at all were thinking of getting it, or if you really like the look of this. Okay, sorry, I had a little bit of a laundry emergency, which I know that sounds a little bit dramatic, but there actually was some drama. So yeah, it's the next day and I'm back and I'm just ready to get into it. By the way, if this is your first video of mine that you're seeing, yes, they're usually this bad. Sorry. But anyway, the next product that I'm going to talk about is one that has been a favorite of mine for years. That's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder. Clearly I don't even know the name, but this specific one is in the shade 3.0 golden beige, And I know there are like different shades of this. There might potentially be a translucent one, I don't know, but this powder is absolutely amazing as a setting powder, and even if you're not even wearing foundation, sometimes I just use this as my only like coverage product on top of if I'm wearing like a bunch of cream products. But this powder is so amazing. First of all, the packaging is superior because it has a little flap that prevents the powder from like all going through the sifter and just being a complete mess every time you open it. So I already love it for that. But this powder is such good quality. Of course, it's finely milled. These days, like pretty much every setting powder is like to the quality level where it is super finely milled. So this one definitely is, but also it's just so blurring and perfecting. Every time I wear this, it makes whatever I'm wearing look 10 times better. It gives everything a matte finish, but it doesn't make anything look dry. Like sometimes I use like a pressed powder, or sometimes I even use powder foundation to set my liquid foundation if that's what I'm using it for, and I'll just look dry afterwards. This, you will never ever look dry with it, and it just like blurs your entire face, and it looks like you're wearing a filter. So I highly recommend this. It is worth every penny. This next recommendation is more of a general recommendation. It's not just one single product, and I am kind of more recommending it for travel. And what I'm talking about is Benefit Cheek Duos. So this one that I have is the Hula Desert Retreat, and it has a bronzer and a blush. It has Hula Caramel or Caramel, and then it has Terra. My candle just went out. I guess that one's done. You'll see a new candle in my next video, but anyway, back to the video. I really love this. I bring this with me so often when I travel, which is very often, and it's just such good quality. Both of these blend out perfectly, and I recommend this specifically for travel because the pans, of course this is very small packaging. I don't want to flash the mirror at you because my room's a mess, but as you can see, very tiny packaging, but the pans still are big enough for you to fit your brushes in here, which I love because I always feel like those travel pans are so tiny that I have to use super tiny brushes. Sorry, the kids are playing outside. It's nighttime. So I specifically really love this one, and I actually just purchased a second one that's a blush duo, so I have yet to get it. But Benefit has a wide range of these. They have like blush and highlight, blush and bronzer, blush and blush, or like 2 highlights. So they have a lot of different variations of these. Some are permanent, some are limited edition. This one is limited edition, but it is still available. But I just highly recommend them, especially for travel. Next up is another very specific recommendation, and that is a specific palette. This is the ABH Rose Metals palette, and I absolutely love this. I had this on my wish list for a full year before I decided to just bite the bullet and buy it. I did get it 50% off, so I do want to mention that sometimes this does go 50% off, but I have no idea about the availability, so I just did want to recommend this for the Sephora sale. But and this is also, as you can see, an autumnal color story, and this is just right up my alley. I love all the shades in this palette, which is why I'm recommending this color story specifically. I haven't tried any of the other ABH palettes that are in this format, but this palette I can at least say is amazing quality. The mattes blend so beautifully, and the shimmers and metallics are so like beautiful. Like the metallics are so smooth and punchy, and the shimmers are so sparkly and smooth. They're just beautiful formulas. I just really love this palette. I fell in love with it as soon as I used it, and I just want to say, if you were thinking of this palette, definitely it's a good choice, but don't get it if this is not the color story for you, or if this palette was not really on your radar. We don't really need to be spending extra money. Speaking of spending extra money, this next product is definitely a splurge. So if you are short on cash, please skip ahead a few minutes. I'm talking about Tom Ford perfumes. These are so amazing. I'm so sorry to say, because they're so expensive. Like, this is a travel size. This is the small version, and this was still $70 full price. I bought it with a gift card, so I did not pay that much. But Tom Ford perfumes are amazing. The one that I have here, this is the only one that I've ever purchased. This is Tobacco Vanille, which I will say, I used to hate tobacco scents, and when I first smelled this, I also hated it. But the longer it sat on my skin and the more I smelled it, the more I was able to appreciate the depth and the nuances of this perfume, and that's how I feel about every Tom Ford perfume that I've ever tried. I've also tried Bitter Peach and Oud Wood, both of those as well. On the first inhale, I did not like it, but they really do, these Tom Ford perfumes, they really do just have an extra dimension to them, and they're so well made. Like, before I ever tried Tom Ford perfumes, I really thought there was a limit to how long lasting a perfume could be and how like dimensional a luxury perfume could be, because I had tried luxury perfumes before and they just like, I never understood why someone would spend that much money for something that was not much better than a cheaper perfume. And with Tom Ford, I get it. I probably will purchase more travel sizes in the future, and I do recommend, especially for something this expensive, to purchase, at least the first time, purchase a travel size, because again, it's $70+. Next is Danessa Myricks. I'm super excited about this brand. I've really been getting into Danessa Myricks the past maybe 2 years. Just the other day I received her Lightworks palette that I bought, again with a gift card. I promise you, I do not have the money to be splurging. I've also tried so many of her other products, and I have really enjoyed a lot, pretty much every product of hers. I did enjoy, but one that I specifically want to talk about that I feel like is not as hyped as maybe like her Lightworks palettes or her new like blush or primer bombs is her Twin Flames liquid shadows. This one is the shade Sweetheart, which is like a green, teal, olive multi-chrome, which I actually love to wear this shade when I'm wearing this sweater. I actually almost wore this today as a base with what I'm wearing, but yeah, I love this so much. It is such good quality. I'm here to tell you, not that I've tried the other shades, I will probably in the future, because I definitely am interested in a few of the other shades, but I just wanted to mention, if you go onto the Sephora site and you look at the reviews, a lot of them will say that it creased or like something or the other. I'm here to tell you, at least with my experience, I let these dry before I went in with other things or before I finished my makeup, so you do, or at least for me, I did have to put them on, blend them in, and then let them dry. But I had no issues with creasing or fading or patchiness or anything at all. So I do think as long as you just use this how it is intended and with a little bit of patience, you will have no problem. So if you were thinking of getting one of these, they're so beautiful, or at least this one specifically, it is so beautiful, and you probably shouldn't have issues if you use it correctly, and I really recommend this. I have my final hair recommendation, and this is the Way Detox shampoo, which is just a clarifying shampoo. I love this stuff. I've never tried another clarifying shampoo, but after using this, I never really felt like I needed to. I felt like this served the purpose of really cleansing my hair and getting all of the product out, because as I've mentioned, I do use a lot of hair products, so about once a month I go in with this instead of my regular shampoo, and then I just condition as usual, and I feel like this just really gets my hair super clean without really stripping it too much. I bought this a year ago and I'm not even halfway through it. As you can see, I did buy this in a set with the leave-in conditioner, which I believe that set is again available for the holidays, so if you wanted to get it with leave-in conditioner, that's also an option. I think this is in a few different sets from Way, and by the way, most of the Way products are scented with their different fragrances, so I believe Way has like 3 different perfumes, and pretty much all of their products are scented with one of those. This one has the Melrose Place scent, the leave-in conditioner has North Bondi, and then they also have like some St. Bart's scents. But anyway, as I was saying, you can get this in a set or on its own. Either way, I do recommend that you try it, or I believe currently this is offered as 100-point perk at Sephora. So yeah, I just recommend trying this. I love it, and this will definitely last me another year, and then I will repurchase it in another Sephora sale. This next recommendation is again pretty general, and that is just all Pat McGrath lip products. I love her lip products so much. Just like, you know, the Fenty lip glosses and lip oils. I think really all of hers that I have tried are amazing, and in fact, if I could only recommend one between Fenty and Pat McGrath, I honestly think I would recommend Pat McGrath over Fenty, at least just to try first if you're choosing between one of them. But here I have the matte trans lipsticks and the, I think these are called Lust glosses. I love these so much. In fact, I've only had this gloss like for maybe 4 or 5 months, and I've already used it down to here. That's how much I love these. The formula is amazing. She has such unique shades. This is probably like my perfect nude lip gloss. This is the shade Bronze Divinity, and this is the shade Astral Moonflower. Then I have Flesh 3 and 5 in her matte trans lipsticks. I'm not recommending specific shades, but just the formula of these is so amazing. As you can see, this one, which is Flesh 3, I've had this for about 2 years. If you can see the wax bloom on here, I just wanted to make a note. These do, or they're known to get wax bloom, which I understand some people might dislike that for a luxury lipstick, but it makes no difference with how they apply or how they look. It is definitely not mold, so I just wanted to mention that. But these lipsticks are just like such an experience. They definitely are a luxury product. They feel so smooth going on the lips. They're so impactful and full pigment with just one swipe. They feel so comfortable, and they're just long lasting, and they're just really, I can't even describe exactly how they feel and perform. But if you are interested in these, I definitely recommend them. I know Pat McGrath also has sales on her website, but I believe there is a purchase minimum. So if you weren't thinking about purchasing a lot from her brand, definitely pick something up from the Sephora sale. I highly recommend the matte trans lipsticks. They are such an experience, and you just have to see for yourself. As we all know, SPF is very important. My personal favorite for the body is the Supergoop Play. I think this is like my 3rd bottle of this. I go through these pretty much like every summer. I do also love the Unseen sunscreen, but I did recently try the e.l.f. dupe of that, and I honestly, at least for the feel, I do think it's just as good. So I didn't really want to mention that if you can get a cheaper alternative, but for this, I haven't really used anything that compares. I love the way this feels. It feels nourishing actually. It does have oil in it, and you can really tell because it does leave a glow on your skin, which I personally think is beautiful to have that like kind of summer glow that's not like a metallic sheen on you. It just looks like you're naturally glowing. I've never burned with this on, and I just really enjoy it. It doesn't give me a white cast, so unless I found something better, which honestly I can't see that happening, I will continue to purchase this every year. I did really quickly want to mention this. This is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. Yeah, this is in the shade Drift, which is their brown, and this is my first tube of this, so I haven't used it extensively, and I just opened it a few months ago, but since I've been using it, I've actually been very impressed with it. So this is what the wand looks like. I personally have always preferred a more volumizing kind of like bristle type hourglass wand. I usually don't like synthetic brushes, and this is more of a lengthening mascara than a volumizing mascara, so I honestly didn't know if I would like this. I got this in a Sephora favorites set, and I'm really glad that I tried this. I think I'll probably definitely purchase this in the future because I am on the hunt for a new perfect brown mascara, and I really enjoyed this. It is mostly lengthening, but it does does also really define your lashes so that it's not just length, but then your lashes look super tiny and skinny. It does give a tiny bit of volume, which I really appreciate. I do really like the mascara wand because the spikes on this side really do help to separate my lashes, which when I use an Hourglass mascara wand, it does not help with separation at all. So I really do feel like this is great at defining each lash, and I've been really enjoying this. I do want to mention this has dried up pretty quickly. It's fairly dry right now, so I don't think I'm gonna get much more use on this, and I've only had this open for 2 months. However, I have been traveling a lot with this in the 2 months I've had it open, so I feel like, and I was traveling in dry climates, so I feel like that potentially is the reason this is dry. I just want to mention that though. We're at the final product, and this is actually the only new product that I'll be mentioning. Everything else is pretty old, but that is the Ilia face palette. This is called, the full name is the Ethereal Baked Face Palette, so all 4 pans in this are baked, and I have mine in the medium shade. It's just a really great face palette. I've tried this once before, so I have used it, and it had really good lasting power. This is my first time using I do own a baked highlight, but I've never tried any other baked product, and I really enjoyed my experience. I've also heard, I can't confirm because I don't own any Hourglass products, but I've heard that this is very comparable to the Hourglass formula, and this is $58, where I believe the Hourglass palettes are like 90 plus. And even though you get a few less shades, you still have everything you would need for your face. You even have 2 blushes. These are just really great for anyone in my opinion, and of course I had to drop something before the video ended. As I was saying, I really think anyone would enjoy these because they're very user-friendly, so even a beginner at makeup wouldn't struggle with pigmentation because it's very subtly pigmented, but you can build these. And then someone who's a pro at makeup would really appreciate just the quality and the different shades that you have. And again, this has 3 different palette shades, so people of all different skin tones would be able to use this. So I think if you were looking for an alternative to Hourglass, or just if you were looking for a face palette in general, I do recommend this. And I don't really recommend most face palettes because I feel like either the shades clash, or they don't have a good shade range, or something or the other, but I really do like this one. So that's all I have for you. Please let me know if you have any additions to what I've said, or if I failed to mention something about a product that you really like, or if I didn't mention a reason to not buy something, because if you have a different experience than me and you want to give your opinion to someone who might not like a product that I mentioned for a certain reason, please let me know. I never want to steer anyone wrong. And the last thing I want to say is, again, please don't buy things just because I recommended them. If they weren't on your radar, or if you know you're not actually going to use these products and you just feel like you want to buy something just to buy something, I promise you that is not a good idea. So this video was really just more to give my opinion and some insight on products that I personally believe are worth the money, but it's not worth the money if you weren't going to buy it anyway. But I'll just have to see you in my next video, which will have a new candle because this one decided to go out on me while I was filming this. And yeah, I'll see you there. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.